What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Warehouse Series. So today I want to talk about something I've been disagreeing with some Discord members in the last few weeks, actually ever since I started the channel, and that is putting cases on their sides and putting cases upside down. And just because I disagree with you does not mean I'm right and you're wrong. I'm just going to plead my case on this video and tell you why I think that you shouldn't do it. And we'll go from there. Something I don't usually talk about on this channel, and what I think people tend to look past when they're selecting, is the actual contents of inside the box. When we select, we look at the box and we don't pay no mind to what's in the box and could it break, could it crush. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Before we get to that, if you guys can subscribe to the channel, give me a thumbs up, hit that notification bell so you know when I post videos. Discord is in the link below. Now, before I get to the first picture, I want to say is, if I'm manufacturing these boxes for whatever the product is in your warehouse, and I'm manufacturing the box, and I put the print on that box, would I not be making that box the strongest whenever it's upright? Of course. That box is at its strongest point when it's upright. If I'm manufacturing a box and I'm putting lettering on it, it's not going to be at its strongest point when it's on its side or upside down. I mean, it just makes sense that that box is at its strongest when it's upright. So let's look at the first picture. Now, if I put your pictures on here, I'm not saying no names with these. If you want to leave comments in the comment section below that one of these pictures are yours, that's fine. And remember, I'm not calling you out. I'm just pleading my case. So the first one I'm going to look at is this one right here, stuffed shells. All right, this stuffed shells is being crushed. And I said, this is why I disagree with putting cases on their sides. And then this person came back and showed me this picture. Very nice build pallet. But we got stuffed shells on their sides, and I zoom in on this, and you could actually start to see the case buckling. And my thing was, as I said to this person, is what happens whenever this gets to the store? Is it still going to look like this, or is it going to be totally crushed? Because these stuffed shells don't look like they're very strong boxes. Now, let's talk about what's inside the box. A bag of stuffed shells. If you put a lot of weight on these stuffed shells and it just smashes it. Sometimes there's a little bit of air in these bags. If it pops or breaks the seal, it's damage. We can't sell that. No one's selling that. So they got to damage that product because the contents in there got crushed and the bag popped open. So that is one thing to really consider whenever you're putting stuff on their sides. The next picture I want to show you right here is apples in Fresh Express upside down. Now, the Fresh Express isn't overly concerning. The only thing I could say is that the tops of these Fresh Expresses are taped and the bottoms are glued. Sometimes they're taped and glued, but the tops like to pop open sometimes. So the only thing I could say is that at the store, I might be nitpicking on this one, but they might take it off and the contents might fall out. And there's a possibility that one of those bags might break open. So once again, I just like to keep everything upright if I possibly can. Might be nitpicking on the Fresh Express because those boxes are pretty evenly all the way around. But the apples, on the other hand, we got apples upside down. This is what the apples look like in all your cases. They are like a full box, and then the top slides over the box and it's taped with a flap. So not only does it slide over, but it has a flap to open the box with. These flaps pop open all the time. If you turn apples upside down, there is a great chance that the contents, because you got 50, 60 apples inside that box that are putting pressure on that flap now, there is a high chance that those apples are going to pop open. And just because you make it to your pallet does not mean that whenever they grab that at the store and go to flip that case back over, that maybe the tape came off, but it's resting on your pallet. And then when they grab it, they're going to have 50, 60 apples rolling all over the floor. I very highly disagree with putting apples upside down. I would definitely keep them upright if it was me. So let's get on to the next picture. All right, so the next picture I want to talk about is this one right here. It's not a bad pallet. It's a very nice build pallet. I don't agree where the arrow is pointing to. The Capri Sun's up there. Now, this is up higher on the pallet, so it's really not as concerning. But let's say these were on their sides down here. Well, what's inside of a Capri Sun box? Pouches. And we know that these could easily break open. Where you stick the straw in, that little thing could seep so easily, all right, because it's a thinner foil. If you're squeezing a pouch, a high C pouch, it could definitely pop open that little circle where you put the straw in at. This is how I think, all right? If I put something on its side and I crush it, well, the chances of it breaking are a lot more probable than if it was upright. It's just how I think, guys. These things are so fragile, and we treat them like there's nothing inside the box. It's just a box. All right, the last picture I want to show you is also a picture I showed from the past. The first thing I want to talk about is the juice on its side. We have Welch's juice on its side, and I just drew yellow bars. Picture those as the juices because they should be upright. And now the case it's on its side, so all the juices are laying this way. And they're jugs, they're bottles. Well, if the flap pops open, these things are just rolling out. Every single juice in that case is going to roll right out. Now, they have a little bit of wrap around this, but I guarantee if there's enough pressure, it's still going to roll these juices out. And this pallet's only halfway built whenever I took this picture. They still got another half a pallet to put on top of this. So that is the first thing. If these things are upright and the flap pops open, nothing is coming out. On their sides, flap pop open, every single jug is going to roll out of that side. With that being said, let's look down in the corner. We got cola on its side. It's an aluminum can. Yes, it's inside of a case, a little flimsy cardboard case, but it is a can. And look at my black area. Look at all the pressure we are putting on this. And once again, this is only halfway done. All right, we are only halfway built on this pallet. Now let's go to the case right up above it. We got Mott's apple juice, the little juice boxes that you put a straw into, almost like the Capri Suns. Well, I got a picture of this, high C box right here, just to give you an idea of what is in those. And we know that these things seep. They're just little cardboard containers. All right, so not only can we seep out of where we put the straw in, but they could just seep out of the cardboard, period. These are not meant to be crushed. That's for darn sure. And then upright like that is just, it's crazy. And let's go all the way to the top of this pallet and look at the rice up here. These rices are a display unit. They have perforated lines. If you select these rices, you know that just grabbing the box, they fall apart. So to put this on its side, and now you're going to put weight on top of it. So yes, it could crush the contents so much inside that the bags pop open on the inside. So guys, I hope I answered some of your questions today of why I feel it's very important to, when possible, keep all cases upright and keep cases off their sides. Now, I turn cases on their sides, but I really make sure whenever I do it, there's no pressure on it, or it's a case that can be on its sides, like cereal. Cereal is in a strong box. It's strong all the way around. So that is one case that actually could be on its side. I don't stand it upright. I put it on its side as long as there's more cereal and light product being put on top of it. But you have got to pay attention to the case and the contents inside that case. So like I said, I'm not calling anybody out. I am just trying to tell you guys, stop putting cases on their sides and stop putting cases upside down if they are not meant to be. That's it for today, guys. I hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you next time.